Hey Max, I thought it's like supposed to be summertime there in Finland, but you're like in a snowstorm or something.
Yeah, it was summertime for a week, and then today I was walking home just a few minutes ago, and it was a snowstorm, like 10 centimeters of snow. Uh, People driving their BMWs around, sliding around, drifting around. So it's like we're in January again.
I don't know, man. That's why I don't want to live in Finland ever, 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 ever. But anyway, you know what? We got some races to talk about. We got some news to talk about, and we got RCGP to talk about. So with all that said, let's drop that intro and get to talking.
Nitro is the glory, but e-buggy pays the bills. Welcome to the No Name RC podcast. Get ready for some serious bench racing. But be warned, we speak our minds, express our thoughts, and sometimes things can get a little rowdy.
Hate, and he just was influenced by the hate coming from the left, the hate coming from the right.
And let's get back to more club racing and less of this money-grabbing book racing.
It's hard not to be arrogant when you're always right. Yeah.
See what I mean? That's exactly why people call you arrogant, Max.
You may not agree with everything we say, but it's definitely worth a listen.
And our pick, can you stop whatever you're doing?
Join your host, Lefty the Great, with co-hosts and guests as they get together to chat RC.
Hey, after that race that I watched this morning, I have to talk about it.
Here we go. $100 right here, $100 throw. Oh no! I like this.
Yes, indeed. Nitro's the glory, but E-Buggy pays the bills. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode number 181 of the No Name RC podcast. I'm your host, Keena White, a.k.a. Lefty the Great, and joining me to my left, the arrogant one. Dude, you have like mixed, like, you know, like I would say like 60-40. People like you, people dislike you right now.
60-40 is pretty bad.
Well, like more that they like you more than anything.
Yeah.
And then I don't know. So it's weird, but I don't know. It's good to have you back. You haven't been on for a minute. We was at RCGP. You're in school, getting snowed in. Good to see you, Max. How are you?
I'm doing good. And the thing is, I don't think people dislike me. They just dislike the fact that I raise some feelings inside them.
No, you know what it is? I think it is that you're so young and people can't get over that. Like some people like
that
you.
That can be true. I mean,
some
I've
people
heard that
really
before.
like you, and then the way you talk is very like your experience so much. But what people have to understand is that you actually have been racing all around Europe and been around the world racing since you was like 8 years old under JQ. So you know, like you're not an idiot. Like you're actually pretty smart, and you've been there and done that. Yeah. Even though you're only 22, 21. So yeah, people need to understand that you speak from experience as well, even though you're young. But a lot of people like you. Don't get us wrong. And you know what? A lot of people like us. It was great to see.
Oh, by the way,
what up?
One guy from Costa Rica, I'm blanking on the name now, but he messaged me today that my CVA tip helped him win a local race because he ran CVAs in his HB and he liked it much better. So
awesome. That's great. That's great. That's really good. That's awesome. We'll talk about it in a little bit, but I just wanted to say thank you to all of the NNRC Squad around the world. It was great to see a lot of you guys here at the Southeast. Thank you for everybody that came up and showed us some love. Max, people really enjoy what we do, man. And after going to DNC, and we got a lot of love there, and then going on to the Southeast, and people really enjoy the podcast and listen to them. And like you said, like that guy in Costa Rica, he thanked you for helping him win. That's awesome. Dude, I had people that literally that I met. Well, I just listen to you guys while I'm at work, and people just look at me crazy because I'll bust out laughing. It's just something that you guys said. So those are the type of compliments that I really like, and we have to, you know, we're doing some. I think we're doing some good things here. So everybody, thank you for that support. Shout out to the patrons of the NNRC. We can't do if you guys want your extra support. We're gonna try and get a Patreon only podcast. I'm gonna try and get one with JQ this week, maybe with you as well, Max. We'll see.
Yeah, those are fun.
Yeah, they're therapeutic. So thank you to all the patrons of the podcast. Also, thank you to the awesome companies that continue to support us. They are InvisibleSpeed. Joseph has a special going on. I think he'll tell us about it when he comes on to do the RCGP recap with me, because Max isn't going to do that with me. But also, InvisibleSpeed is in Spanish. So, and I'm going to be doing my next Spanish podcast this month too. I'm going to get Robert on and have him come on, hopefully, and talk with us. So check out InvisibleSpeed. Joseph will be on later on to talk more about that. TZO Tires. Oh man, I had a blast with Nick. It was so much fun. High Tech RC. They'll bring you your RC news today. TNR Fuels. What's up, Chris Nelson? How you guys doing? Beach RC. Shout out to Lucas and Brent. Techno RC. Cole Caston, Joey Bardon. Great RC2 dudes. They done well. Lugs Racing Tires. Shout out to them. Rocking their hat today. Mayako. JQSM. G-Spec RC Tuning. Check out G-Spec RC Tuning for all your cabling needs. Papa Willie's Traction Tonic for all your traction needs. He's gaining a lot of popularity. Good to see him growing in the industry. Racecraft USA. I see they came out with a new logo and a new shirt. I'm going to have to get myself one from those guys, or a new hat. And check it out. Check them out. Clinic RC. Shout out to my boy Tony and his awesome air filters. JTP RC. What's up, Tebow? I need to message him, see how he's feeling going into PNB. I know he wants to win. RCGP, House of RC, and shout out to our drivers, David Runafalk, Alexander Hagberg, and Jared Tebow. And shout out to my boy RC Kevin, who done a lot of really good footage from the Nationals. I mean, a lot of it's in French, but he done some good work. So shout out to him. Go check him out. Give him a like and a share. And before I go on any further, I just want to shout out to a couple of people that I met at this recent race. One was my buddy Robbie Smith. He's an avid listener, and we finally got to meet. And this dude and his buddy Owen, who's a big fan of RC Vitals. And I got my RC Vitals shirt on her that I picked up. You know, I like this dude. If you guys know who RC Vitals is, go check him out on his YouTube channel. Cool dude. He did a really good video on how to get your body painted. So he got some flack for that video, and I don't know why. So, you know, I went out and I had a little extra change, and I went out and rocked it out and bought a coffee mug from him. It says, "Win or learn, never lose." That's his motto. And I got a shirt from him. So check out RC Vitals. Cool dude. And Owen was actually a big supporter of him. I met him and Robbie. They were pitting each other. And like these dudes, every time I saw them, they had jokes for me. They were making me laugh. They were offering me beers, just cool dudes. And then I met Jeff.
I remember watching his videos like way back. Like I can't even remember. Like probably like something 2017, 2018. Like when I was doing a lot of 10 scale, he made a lot of like videos about local 10 scale guys, like filming their cars and stuff like that. But that was really cool. I remember that. That's something I enjoyed to watch. He's like a down to earth guy. And
very nice dude. Very nice.
That's fun.
Check out RC Vitals. But shout out to my boy Robbie Smith, Owen Simmons, two great dudes that I met this past weekend. I also got to meet Jeff Lumia, who recently lost his leg due to diabetes, but he's a big who came out to watch the racing with his buddy Michos. I got to meet them. They run the Barn RC Raceway there in Georgia, and he has some. You guys can throw Jeff some love. He does some builds there in the Southeast, and that's how he supports his RC, and he's pretty damn good at it. So check out Jeff Lumia builds. I believe they're on Facebook. Check them out. And I got a couple of shout outs because I got to shout out my a buddy. He always comments on YouTube. Kevin Mendez is like, he really liked our he liked our walkabout that I did at the SMB. And he enjoyed our last podcast. So shout out to Kevin Mendez is up there in Connecticut, up there in Enfield. I think it's RC Madness. Also, my buddy David Schwartz is up there, I believe. They're getting ready for the snow to melt so they can go racing up there. So yeah, man, it's the what's it? Fall? No, not fall. Autumn? No, spring. Spring's coming, and like the snow is melting, and people are getting to race. Like I see LCRC's got their first race this weekend. Like I'm happy to see all this racing going on. People are excited. Tracks are back open. RC is in full swing, man. It's great to see. Awesome to see. Even in Europe.
Yeah, Italy had the second round of nationals, so
Yeah, we're gonna
Spain
talk
has
about
had
that.
already a round, I think, or they're
Yeah.
starting at least. A lot of countries are on the way or their nationals already in Europe, so
Yeah, Dirt
we still
GP
have a
coming
bit
up
of
next
snow. But
weekend
yeah,
in England. I'll be watching that, I think. Is it next weekend or the weekend after PNB?
I'm not sure. No,
I have to
not
check. It
sure.
might be Easter. I have
Yeah.
to check. But yeah, good stuff, man. Happy to see people racing again and like Europe open up and racing again. All right. I think we should just go right into what we're going to talk about, Max, because we got some races to talk about in our news. So the RC news is brought to you by High Tech RCD. High Tech RCD is a leader in the RC systems, delivering the highest performance and reliability, supported by a dedicated customer service personnel. You can get the HSB 9381TH service, which I have right here. And they have an efficient, effective brushless motors, titanium gears, low consumption, constant output, and a metal case. They also regenerate power back into your battery. The RDX2 Pro charger, which I have right here, which I'm using constantly to charge up because I'm getting back out to my boats here. I've got my replacement Animal Cat 2 on the way. Thank you, Bill Oxidine. I'll be getting back out on the river here. So I'll be using my RDX2 Pro charger with the Bluetooth dongle so I can monitor my batteries as I charge them. Check it out. Trust in High Tech, your Servo and Charger headquarters. Visit High Tech RCD, where to buy to find your nearest dealer. So thank you to High Tech for all the support. High Tech's also going to help me get to Silver State here at the end of the month, next month. So I'm super excited about that. All right, Max. So we know we had RCGP this past weekend. We're gonna talk about that and a different thing, but we also had INS this past weekend, and let me just bring that up. It looks like Brock won.
Yeah, finally he won both classes.
But this is
so
like his
far he's
home track
always
too.
It is, but I mean, I read his race report. He said he hasn't been there in a while, so he's been practicing elsewhere. And also, when he runs there, he doesn't run sauce, or he runs sauce. I don't know which way it is, but the entire saucing and pin situation was different at this race. So it
Really?
wasn't like it was fully home advantage. And I mean, previously it's been pretty tight races too.
Yeah.
But this is the first time since he moved to Schumacher a year ago that he's won both classes, which is a surprise really, because he's mostly running carpet still,
Oh, that's just so fast.
which is his sort of cup of tea. So yeah, I mean, I would have expected a bit more from him, but I mean, this result is sort of what I thought he'd be doing, which is great. Like double win, dominating over Rivkin. I still would like to see him face Fend properly, because Fend is definitely the number one guy in 10 scale. There's no questions about it.
I just
Rivkin
noticed
has
that Fenn
been.
didn't go to this race. I'm surprised. He must have
Yeah,
took a
he
break.
didn't. I'm surprised because I don't see him attending any other race either this weekend. So I don't know what really happened.
Probably took a break.
I mean, yeah, he has had a lot of like dirt,
Racing a lot.
then 10 scale, then Nats. Yeah, he's been racing all the time. But yeah, Rivkin, I mean, a decent showing from him. I mean, I think he finished podium both classes, but in four-wheel drive he had the bump from the B, which was a bit surprising. I believe I
actually heard that him and I don't know about what, but I heard that him and Rock had some words at this race, and I like all out screaming at each other. I don't know how true that is, but yeah,
I
heard,
mean,
they got
to be honest, I wouldn't be too surprised if there is some little bit of sort of back and forth between these two guys, because the reason I believe Brock left was because of the fact that Rivkin had pretty much control over the car. That's
Really? I
my
forgot
sort
that
of
Brock used to run AE. I forgot all
yeah,
about that.
because I remember when he left, he said they didn't do the things I wanted. So who would be the other guy? It's not Evans who says, and so
Yeah.
it's most likely Rivkin who says what's happening. I mean, like, it could be sort of like the design team just didn't want to go that route, but
Hmm.
either way, there is definitely some sort of because I mean Brock left mid contract.
Well, let's see.
He left
Yeah,
mid
it's
contract
crazy. It
because
was
he had to
crazy.
buy himself out, I believe, or there
Something like
was
that.
a sort of a iffy situation here. So there definitely has to be some bad blood there, unless they. I mean, they could have just sorted it all out. But I mean, yeah. But I mean, happy for Brog. I've been waiting for him to have these results because he's a really talented driver. There's no doubt. Just it's just a bit sort of for me. Obviously, it's a bit more off than other drivers because he doesn't really run 8 scale, or if he does, he doesn't practice it that much.
Hmm.
Whereas with 8 scale, generally you need a lot more time than 10 scale. So if you practice 50-50, then you're running too little 8 scale normally. So
It
for
wasn't also
me,
a lot of well attended, like not a lot of big names. I don't see Mayfield
oh
here.
yeah, this
I
race
don't
definitely. I
see.
mean, I like to see because what I would really want to see is a race where Brock is sort of uh, comfortable and then facing Fenn, like carpet race
Yeah.
where Rock and Fenn face each other. Because I mean, yeah, they faced at the Florida Carpet Championship or whatever it was called,
Hmm.
uh, and Orlowski was the only one who could even get close to Fenn. I mean, he beat him in tool drive, but in four drive Orlowski beat him, but in tool drive Fenn was just in another class really.
Well, it
So
was. Sorry. Go ahead.
yeah, Brock has a little bit to go to that thing, but I mean, I think he's the only guy right now who could sort of challenge Fenn in 10 scale.
And carpet.
That's my on carpet, yeah. On
Okay.
dirt, I don't think anyone can challenge Fenn. That's just my take.
All right. Well, it was
I mean, but I
him.
mean, would you say otherwise though? Like,
Not at this
let's be
moment.
honest.
No. Not
Yeah,
at this
because
moment.
he's been like every race he goes to, he just wins everything.
Yeah.
And
All right.
I mean, sometimes he gets close, but most of the time he dominates. I mean, the surprising thing though is, in my opinion, Aiden Horn and sometimes even Cole Tollard has you looking better than Rivkin.
Yeah.
That has been surprising
Yeah.
to me because
Yeah.
Rivkin has that. In my opinion, Rivkin has stepped up in 8 scale, but in my opinion, now it seems like he's a bit lacking in 10 scale. Sort
Must
of
be tough to
same
switch
thing.
back and forth, though.
It could be. It could be. That's the thing because Brock doesn't switch back. I mean, Fenn does switch back, but
Yeah.
Fenn is Fenn. Like
And
Fenn is a super talented guy, so fast. Uh, but I mean, it just could be sort of how his brace program works because Mayfield has the same issues. He's very good in 8 scale, the best he has ever been, but in 10 scale he barely making any mains. So that's
I
sort
don't think
of
he's too worried about 10 scale at the moment.
no.
It
I mean,
seems.
true,
Right. But
no
he still wants
doubt.
to
I
do
mean,
well.
yeah. But the thing is, like, Mayfield is the level of driver who shouldn't even. It shouldn't even be a question. Is he in the A? You know, he should be.
I
I
get
mean,
what you mean.
I
I get
can
what you mean.
I can allow him for like have fifths and stuff for his level, but the fact that you have to be like, oh, does he make the main this event? That to me is like a bit surprising.
Yeah, I know what you mean. We
And
would never talk
yeah,
about Mayfield like that.
and the thing is, like, I'm kind of seeing the same in Rivkin now. Obviously, Rivkin is still much
Rivkin
more
makes the mains,
consistently up
though.
there.
He makes the
Yeah,
mains.
but I mean,
But he
I
came
see
fourth in
the
this main in
he.
four-wheel
I mean,
drive.
I'm not. That's not really what I'm saying.
Right.
Like,
I know what you mean.
I'm saying he's not that like lacking in 10 scale, but because Rivkin was the guy who won the worlds.
Mhm.
Like, he's won the worlds in 2015, in 2019. He's the guy who's been mostly winning all of like CRC, RC races. Like, he's been winning that almost every year with Fenn. They've been battling around with it. Now Rivkin has clearly, in my opinion, stepped up in 8 scale. He's been more consistent. He's almost in the top 5 pretty much. But in 10 scale, I see him not having that sort of thing. Rivkin, though, I mean, come the worlds
But
next
Fenn's
year,
winning in 8
he'll be
scale and
there.
10 scale.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like that's what. But I mean,
I get it. I get it.
some
I get it.
some people might disagree with me, but Rivkin isn't as talented as Fend. But Rivkin, at certain points of his career, has had his race program much more figured out.
That's a great analogy. That's actually how I
Yeah.
would say it. And it's no
Yeah.
disrespect to Rivkin. He's definitely talented, but
Oh,
I think
yeah.
he's also really more his work. I wouldn't say work ethic,
Yeah.
but
I
his,
said Rivkin, like, I don't obviously know how much he practices really, but I
right.
mean, I talked to
But
him
he
way
seems to
back.
practice
I
quite a
mean,
lot.
yeah, I talked to his dad a lot in Neo. I think I remember. I talked with him a bit at times, and he's the type of guy who practices 6 days out of 7. Like,
Yeah, he
that's
does
the
practice a lot.
that's the idea I have of him. I don't obviously know the actual how much
Right.
he does, but
I get it.
he's the guy who has a very high work ethic. And if you listen to him like on the lives, or like, and he's that type of guy who does things how he thinks they should be, and then
Mm.
he does it and continues doing it. Whereas in my opinion, this is obviously, I have much less knowledge of Fend, but in my opinion, Fend is more sort of laid back. He does a lot of work, no doubt. I'm not sort of downplaying that, but he sort of relies a lot more him driving really well, like car setup wise, like everything he does, he relies on like his talent will save him a bit
I
more
get
than
what you
really.
mean. I get what you mean.
Yeah,
Well, just
I
real quick
mean,
to go.
the thing is, it's working for him. I mean, Roar national champion, he's
Yeah,
winning all the 10 scale races he goes to.
we'll make our
So yeah,
PMB picks in the conclusion.
and I
Got that
mean, the
coming up.
thing is, like, he didn't just win buggy, he won both classes.
Yeah, he did.
And with looking like this, he's gonna win tool drive, full drive, stadium track in 10 scale nats. So this could be another sort of
He could
full
sweep
sweep
everything this
of
year.
nat. Yeah, because Fend has had a year where he won 9 Roar National
Yeah,
Championships.
but he never. This is the first
Never
time he's
won
ever won
buggy.
buggy.
He won everything else except for buggy. So maybe
Yeah.
this is the year where he wins everything.
Yeah.
You remember, actually, like, it's a good topic because at AMS you said this is gonna happen. And I said, okay, DNC, he's not going to be the top favorite. And he wasn't. He was there, but he wasn't sort of the winning candidate. But I think I really underestimated him before, because that AMS win, I just said, oh, the track suited him and stuff like that. But this year he has proven that he's much more than that. And I think this could be, actually, like, you were more right than I sort of gave credit to. That this could be sort of that Fend year again.
I think so. I think so. I think so. But I'm not picking him for PMB.
Yeah, you're banned from picking anyone at this point.
No, but I have my winner for PMB picked out.
You're only
But
allowed to pick Mayfield, because then,
he
like,
seems to subsede my jinx. Like, you know
yeah,
what I
because
mean?
he's the only driver who's above your jinx,
All right. So just real quick results. Top 5 in four-wheel drive was Rock Champlin, his brother Blake, Rob Gillespie, Spencer Rivkin, and Austin Cracknell. So, and then in
Oh, and by the
two-wheel
way,
drive,
Blake is now with Schumacher too.
yeah.
So Schumacher double win, or double,
Yeah.
what you call it, 1-2.
And Brock, Spencer, Blake, Brandon Foote, Rob Gillespie in two-wheel drive for INS. So that's it. Should we keep it carpet and go right into EOS after this?
Yeah, 10 scale carpet.
All right.
Do you have the A2 of four-wheel drive? Because this
Yeah, I
is
think I
something
have it up
people just
here.
have to see. Like, if you're listening to this, please go to Euro Racing Series YouTube channel and find the second A main of four-wheel drive. It's about
I'm
3
actually
minutes in
using
the main.
Raceway 1.
Oh, okay. Raceway 1 has it too. I don't know
Where is
where
it?
to find it, but that is about 3 minutes in. You see some carnage. Do we have a look right now? Or you have it slowed down? Okay, yeah. So
I think it's coming up here soon.
yeah, it's the next few laps, I believe. But anyway, actually, this is a pretty big surprise. This young kid, he's been racing since way back. He's been making he barely made the mains at few DHI Cups. I can't remember if he's made any mains at the US, but yeah, okay. So here, see this. Orlowski takes this kid out, and this
All
kid
right, let's
just
go back
gets,
a little bit.
yeah, rewind a bit. But yeah, this
I
guy,
can start on too. Hold on.
Markus Kairup, he's a very young driver from Denmark. He's been making sort of mains, barely making mains for a while. A few years go by, and now this is his first big sort of top 3 finish, and he won it 4-wheel drive in the end. But yeah, you could see Orlowski takes him out. He gets on the wrong side of the pipe, and then I don't know if he does that on purpose. I don't. It doesn't look deliberate, because you can see here.
Let's go
So
back from there.
yeah, Orlowski's behind. He's been following him from entire main at this point. So he's been trying to find a way past. Marcus is pretty fast, but Orlowski is trying to find a way. So that was just a straight out takeout by Michal. I don't know what he was thinking there. But now Marcus is wrong side of the pipe. He's waiting for the marshal. But then he sees the cars coming, and he goes, and he's just in front of the cars. And these guys just hit him straight on, like at the beginning of the straightaway. I don't know what he was thinking there. I don't think that was deliberate. Then after he gets back on track, he just takes Orlowski out, and he got docked a lap for this. So they penalized him a lap, which is harsh, but in my opinion, he deserved it, because he cut like 2 corners and then just went straight on to oncoming traffic. Either way, he won the first main, he won the last main, and ended up winning this event. So nothing. I don't want people to sort of focus on this as the main point, but this was just something.
But they are,
people are focusing already on this. But in my opinion, this takeout by Orlowski is, in my opinion, very outrageous. I don't know what the hell he was thinking.
So you go back to Orlowski then.
Yeah, I mean, obviously what Marcus did by just going in the middle of the straight, just holding his place there, not trying to avoid the cars at all. That was dumb as hell. I don't think he was deliberate. He was just like adrenaline, like
he probably said, they're coming and they're not letting
yeah,
this back.
He didn't
They're
really know
this back
if to wait for the marshal just to go, and then he didn't do either of them, and then it got all messed up. But and here he takes Orlowski out. Hard to say if that was deliberate either, because to me it looks like he's just trying to drive, and stuff happens around him, and he doesn't care about what happens around him, really. But yeah, this was sort of one of those highlights at this EOS. Something you just never wish to really see.
Oh man, he really did dive into him though.
Yeah, like Orlowski dives right into Marcus.
He did take him out.
But this is the point where I think because now he's just waiting, and now he realizes he's on the line. He goes on throttle, but then the marshal grabs his car, so he's like just in front of the traffic. So I don't know. Yeah, it's a bit silly looking, but I mean, I don't think that was deliberate. Yeah,
I think that was Burkhan and Borak. Ooh, yeah. He kind of doesn't take him out though. Hold on.
Yeah, that was. I mean, yeah, but it was a sort of a CTO move where you just don't care who's in front of you.
Let's
you
see.
Drive, I mean, it wasn't like a takeout, but it was just like, I don't care that there's a car in front of me.
Yeah, that's what that was.
Yeah.
Does this damage this young man's career? In any
not
sense,
at all.
You think?
Not at all. Like this is like he finished third in tool drive.
Mm-hmm.
Michal won tool drive. Jona finished second, and Marcus in third. And in full drive, Marcus won. I believe Daniel Kobevic second and Jor Neumann third. Let me check. But like, come on, first big sort of top 3 outing of this kid. I mean, dude, in my opinion, like epic. Like this is very good. Like, okay, this sort of one incident, people will forget it at the end of the day. But
No,
the
I
fact that
mean
you have a
Arlovsky caused
huge,
it. Arlovsky took him out.
yeah, that's the thing. Like to me, the takeout itself was like
How come there
weird because
wasn't
there
like
was
he wasn't called to wait, and then he probably went in there and yeah, I can see like it's like a deer stuck. Now when you slow it down, it looks like a deer stuck in headlights. Like, oh, where do I go? Where do I go? Where do I go? You
yeah.
know?
I mean, I don't like the thing is some people said it was deliberate, but I don't think it was. It was just he was like pissed off that he got taken out. Then he was like confused what he should do, and then he just made the worst possible decision in that time. And yeah, it happens to all of us at some point. For him, it was just happened at a bad time because it was his sort of fighting for the win for first big event for him. But I don't think like I wouldn't put too much weight on this. Obviously, it was shitty, but I mean, he got fucking disqualified basically because he just docked the lap for this. So it's
Really?
not like he like he got docked the lap in this main, which he won. Actually, he finished first in this main, I believe, and he got docked the lap. And then Carbwick ended up getting the win for A2. But I mean, Marcus won A1 and A3. So it wasn't like this win wasn't deserved. I mean, yeah, he caused some issues, and
Right.
Orlowski
I know
most
what you mean.
likely Orlowski, like any either way you put it, he would have won the race anyway. No matter what happened here, he would have won the race anyway
Yeah.
because Orlowski would
I know
have
what
got
you're
a
saying.
penalty for that.
I know
So,
what you're saying.
in my opinion, I saw a Facebook post people made about this, and okay, yeah, have fun. I don't care, but I just hate when people like because this is like the thing is like he's not a experienced guy who's done this for years. This is his first big sort of top 3, top 5. So it's not like that is it's just a huge deal for any racer. Like
Mhm.
even for an experienced racer to get a win at this level is a big deal. So I'd much rather focus on that. So a really
Yeah,
good
but you know
result for
how it is.
him.
There's a lot of people that really like Orlowski and Schumacher, and I get it. I get
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
But
I mean, I
I'll be
know. I
honest, if
mean,
it looks
yeah.
like Orlowski should have had a stopping, or he should have waited. He took him
Oh,
out.
100%.
Took
Like
him out.
Orlowski deserves a penalty. I mean, I think
I know my buddies Aiden
I
and Joey Fisher are gonna not agree with that. They're
no,
big
yeah, I
Schumacher
mean, no,
fans.
but like, come on, that was a fucking idiotic takeout by Michael. I like him. I consider him an RC friend of mine, but that was an idiotic takeout, no doubt. But then again, I do agree with them docking a lap from Marcus as well because what he did on the straightaway was dumb as
Yeah,
hell.
I think it was
So
handled.
I
I think it
think it
was handled.
went in the end. It went all right. Um,
I think it was handled
Unfortunate for
fine.
Michal because he like this guy puts a lot of effort into it. He a lot of times he seems to get the short end of the stick. So I feel for Michal for sure. But this time, I mean, I'm happy for Marcus. He got the win. I think he deserved it in the end. And yeah,
You
it's
know what
really
I
nice to see
noticed?
new faces in there because Jona has been there for a while. Michal has been there for a while. Daniel as well. But guys like Pekko in the last event, Bartek Zalewski, now Marcus Kairov, all
Hey,
these guys
Juan
who,
Carlos Canas was in this finals too. I
yeah,
noticed
I
that
mean, yeah, he
S Works is
finished in
hitting the 10
eighth or
scale
ninth.
market hard right now.
Yeah, unlucky for them, they didn't have like top results. They did have a few guys in the main, and I think Whitmire and Canas and Boots were in the 4-drum main, and Whitmire and Canas in 2-drum main.
Yeah, and on the USA side, Spencer Heckett is doing a lot of 10 scale. So
Yeah,
looks like
yeah.
S
I
Works is
mean,
getting serious about 10 scale.
and I think to a little bit of praise or good sort of uh, good feedback for S-Works is I think they finally have a team that works. Before they just had everyone running their car, like they sponsored anyone they could get. But I think now they have found the people who like S-Works and want to stay. You know, they have
Right.
Canas, they
I get
have
what you mean.
Boots. In America, they have Hecker, they have
Born horse
Bornhorst.
Danny,
Danny, I don't really know of yet. I don't really know
like
if he
part
likes
time.
it. Yeah, he's sort of part time. But in Europe, they used to have like everyone. Now they have Valente, they have Canas, they have Boots. Uh, Clement Bot, I don't really know yet what's his sort of situation in
But
S-Works.
it shows that they want to do 10 scale. Because Clement Boda is going
Yeah,
to 10
they
scale.
definitely have put a lot of effort into defense scale because Boots has been going to both rounds now this
Yep.
winter. The last round of last season, the first round of this season. So
Yeah,
it's
he
first
went to this
definitely
instead of
putting
the
a
Italian nationals.
yeah, yeah. And the thing is, like, he was like Boots was practicing in Balacco. Like he was there multiple times, I believe.
All right. Well, congratulations to
Yeah,
the young man from Denmark. Very happy for him.
yeah,
Even though it's a little bit of a controversial thing. Shake it
yeah,
off, Polish Punisher. You will you're still the guy. Like, you know what I
yeah. And
mean?
he still won to drive, and I mean,
Yeah,
Michal is Michal. He's the king in my opinion on carpet.
yeah, for sure. All right. Speaking of Italian nationals, let's get that in on her.
Yeah. By the way, to anyone who sort of says like, "Oh, there isn't like high quality live streams anywhere,"
This
this
was
is
really
one
good.
I was surprised about. Like, I mean, I've seen them do this before, but for some reason, like they have stepped it up this year. They have
And
filmed
then
a lot more races than they used to
mhm,
before, and the quality of the stream is just amazing. Like, it's great. It's so good.
yeah. So they have it. I'm just got a little bit faster right now, so let's speed
Put
it
it on
up.
normal speed.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
we will.
okay.
I don't have the volume on. This is just I want to get the start of the race because I want people to see
Oh, yeah.
while
Yeah,
I
but I
take some stuff
mean,
out. But I want to know
yeah,
who this guy is that's talking because he's got like
they were
does he
really
do
good.
art?
I mean, I don't speak Italian, but they sounded
But it
really
was
good.
fun. It was fun. Like
Yeah,
I was getting into it, and then this track. Oh my god! Like this track
yeah,
is so, like it's like It looks like something out of like who's this dude racing Mugen with the hot race? He's got the kind of
I don't know his name. He's someone I don't know, a
okay,
newer kid.
yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, the thing is, I mean, this is something I and Joseph discussed a lot back in the day when Italian kids were like Ungara was coming up, Baruffalo was coming up, drivers like Natale, no, no, which one is it? Polito. He came up a bit later, but Valente came up with him. There's like a lot of Italian kids. Oh, Sangatin back in the day. A lot of like Italian youngsters coming up, and then like just Italian level of racing was really high. Now we were with Joseph discussing this a lot at one point, and we just accounted it for the fact that the tracks they have, they are technical, but they are technical in a way where you need to be fast.
Yeah, let's
They
start.
are
We're
they
gonna
aren't
get this start her from
yeah
here.
they aren't
Hungaro's on
technical.
pole.
Yeah, they aren't technical in a way where you need to sort of make jumps or do something very tricky, but they're technical where if you drive wrong you are slow, if you drive
Yeah.
right you're really fast.
Well, Barufalo found out about driving wrong. But this track
Yeah,
is completely awesome. Like I love it. It like has
yeah,
motocross. It has like when people will see when they take a lap here. By the way,
yeah.
this is courtesy of let's see who the people are.
Modelismo
Modelismo
RC.
RC on
Yeah,
let me
it's a
subscribe to them.
Italian, it's an Italian news site. They do news about everything RC related, but the best thing they do is they do live streams of races in Italy mostly.
Look at this
Reg
track.
GP, they've done it multiple times. Italian nationals, they've done it multiple times. And can you go full screen, Keenan?
Yep, 1 second.
Yeah. You do. Yeah. Yeah. So the thing I really uh want people to do is like, if you're listening to this, please go watch this as well. You can go Modelismo uh RC. That's an Italian
Right.
Facebook site, and they have videos on YouTube, on Facebook, both, and they do live streams of Italian events. And this is
What a
something,
badass track. I just can't get
yeah,
over it. Look, this is my favorite section of this track, right here. Like
yeah,
I think
yeah,
of like
that's nice.
motocross, right here.
I was here
And
once, but it was in very bad condition. It was really bumpy. This is what I would like to try, have it like really smooth.
and I do
But
like
yeah,
that Ongaro has going back to orange and white. Now I can
yeah, I
really look
love
at his
it.
cars.
I
I can
freaking
tell his
love it.
cars apart.
Yeah, because I hated it when he did that
Oh,
blue silver thing. I
dude, that
love the
national. I mean,
older orange. But if you like, let's look at this because Butterfly is staying up in Ongaro.
oh, he
I want to
is.
see
This
where
is
he
what I.
breaks because
This is.
what
You'll
happened here
see.
was Barufalo, like there's two nationals around in Italy now, and Barufalo has broken in both. both mains is broken.
Got to break on this
Ongaro has
one.
won both, so it's looking like another Ongaro Italian Championship. Polito has been up there. This time it was who was it now? Berton second, obviously. Polito third, and Valente in fourth, and actually Teschione
Here it
in
comes.
fifth. And yeah,
It's gonna
here,
come on this. It's coming on this lap.
yeah. So let's look at Barufalo braking. It's a to me, I'm very surprised at his speed with Techno
Dude, he's
because
flying.
yeah,
Watch.
because I don't understand how he does it because there's no way he
Boom.
should
That's
be.
it.
Oh wow,
And then
yeah, he
look,
just
boom. All right, let's go
ah
back.
yeah, that was unfortunate.
Let's slow it down.
Yeah, that was unfortunate for him. Under the bridge, just went a bit wide and catch the pipe and broke.
All right, gonna have to go
Yeah,
forward a little bit.
you can use the arrow keys too, Keenan.
Okay. All right, let's go from here because he comes up. This is
Yeah,
so
he's
bad.
like
I love this section.
yeah,
Like, I
but
really
this
do.
is the thing. Like here, like this is the thing Barofalo can do. Like with a techno regular, you would lose speed here, but with him, he just
Yeah, he
keeps
broke
it
right
pinned,
there. He broke right
and
there.
yeah, right there, he just kept it two pinned.
And yeah, he
Ooh,
just
that was
it just
unfortunate for
broken.
both. I think that was Berton or Polit. Oh, Berton, I think. Yeah, Berton. Yeah, unfortunate. Just broke right away. Yeah,
Man, that's why I said Barufalo
yeah. But
aggravates me so
after
much.
yeah, but after that, it was Ongara. He just took off, won by almost a lap. Crazy.
Yeah.
This
He must have said all that talk about people saying that I'm not liking the car or whatever.
yeah, that is but it is still surprising. It because yeah, I don't know. Hard like I don't know why, but it is still surprising because he just no matter what he does to his car, he seems to keep the pace. Same with like
Well,
Barufalo too. Like
this is the type of track that he would be fast on. It's
oh, 100%. Yeah,
yeah,
100%.
this is his
But
type of track.
yeah, but to me it's just surprising. Like Barufalo and Ngara, both of these guys, Barufalo switched from X-ray to Techno, no change in speed, same speed. Ongaro has a different style of car, a new front end, pretty much. A huge change in the characteristics of the car, and it's just still same results. So it's interesting how these guys do it. I think it's just that they are so talented as drivers. It has to be that because a lot of the drivers, like you can see the effect of the car, but these guys just, I don't know.
I just love
It
this
is
track.
interesting. Oh,
I just
wow.
love this
That
track.
was disgusting.
But it's not good when you go off like there because turn marshals are so far away.
Yeah. This track has a lot of elevation. It's not like a little bit. The back side of the track, that's a good probably 10 feet higher than the bottom
Yeah.
of the track. At least at the
Oh
very
man, I
least.
just love this track. I love it.
Yeah.
Ugh.
But it's a huge track. It is sometimes having a big track is nice, but like
This is just right.
I think this is sort of as big as you can go because at the backside of the track it's so high up. It's almost at the level of the driver's stand,
Really.
and it's so far back, so it's really hard to actually see your car. Like even if you can see here, they film it. Like the cars are almost like level with you, so it's really hard to actually see your car there. And then especially when it was bumpy when we were there with Joseph, uh, I mean, yeah, I really like the track. Like I'd love to go when it's smooth like
I
this.
can't get over this. This track's awesome, dude. This track's
Yeah,
awesome.
it is definitely fun to drive around. Even when it was bumpy, I really like to drive around it. But yeah, it has its difficulties. Like, but I love this section though, the banked corner.
All right. Well, that was good. If anybody wants to check that out, it's Modelismo RC on YouTube and also on Facebook. So check them.
Yeah, on Facebook.
All right. So we have one more race to talk about. I know this is nothing that you're really interested too much in, Max, but I still think it's cool.
Yeah.
Because a female won this, and RC is for everybody, man. RC is for everybody, and it
Oh,
was proven
100%.
this weekend, you know. So, hold on, let me bring it up because it's just a short little video that my buddy Sean Rusin got for me because he was actually at this race. It was him and my buddy Tyler and those guys. They done a good job, man. These guys started this race. They started this race. I think it was.
This has become just a fucking high tech class. People fucking spend thousands on these things.
I know, but they started this race here 3 years ago when I met them at DNC, and it's grown up so much. But this lady had to, I think it was 220 entries, and these are the last two people standing. And
Yeah.
it's such a good race.
The thing
This
I
is
like
my
about it though is the fact that they have a bracket system. That is so good. Yeah, those things go fast.
Wow, that's so
It
cool.
was so close too. That
I
was so
know.
close because they barely knew. Like they
I
had
know.
to check the times.
So I just wanted to say shout out to my boy Tyler Zavadil of RC Drag Talk and his wife, and my buddy Sean Rusin, because I remember when they first came to me and was telling me about this race, and it was like, oh, we're gonna give $8,000 away. I was like, what? I thought that was crazy. And now
Yeah.
it's like 20K, and it's getting
Yeah,
better every year.
That's a lot of money though.
I know. It's getting so much better every year. I just have to give them a big shout out to them. I wish I could have been there. I'm going to be there next year. I'm not even trying to not be there. Like, I am going to be there next year to watch this. And shout out to Samantha Joan, man, because even though a lot of this is programming in ESCs and all that stuff, you still have to drive these cars. And she beat, like, I don't know how many races she had to race to get to where she was at, but well shot. That's it.
Yeah, and
She
I
beat
mean
all
it's
these
still
dudes.
like reaction
She beat
time
all
is the
these
number
dudes.
one thing. Reaction time is still number
Yeah.
one thing in drag racing. So
Dude, congratulations to her. Because man, RC is for everybody, and she just proved that. Like, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I think for all female RC racers out there, you should. This is awesome. This is awesome for RC. Period.
Oh, 100%. Then the thing is, like, I like the fact that EFRA has brought up Jessica Paulson sort of as an RC ambassador. And yeah, RC should be for everyone.
What? Yeah,
I don't
RC
know,
is for everyone, isn't it?
Yeah.
It doesn't
Exactly.
matter what gender you are in RC.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter at all. All right, Max, we're gonna go on to our Joseph and I's RCGP recap. We're gonna come back for a conclusion. But yeah, man, thank you for your time. Thank you to all the winners, man. Lots of racing going on. I'm really happy to see that, and it's really good to see. And yeah, I really like. I'm really still stoked on the Italian Nats track.
Oh yeah. Yeah, but the thing is, like, for me, because I know, like, I've been to Italy multiple times. I've raced races there, and I've been practicing in Italy for probably months if I combine all the times. For me, that's sort of what I'm used to. Italy is always great. I love their tracks. It's all, anytime you go to Italy to practice, it's such a great time. And yeah, the tracks
I hope
are
I get
definitely
there
number
one
one.
day. I hope I get
Yeah.
there one day. All right. So before I'm just gonna go ahead, dude, Max. I'm gonna do my ad read, and then yeah, I will talk to you on at the conclusion. But right now we're gonna go on to the RCGP recap with JQ and I, and that's brought to you by TNR Fuels, because here at the NNRC we're all about that glory, and that glory is nitro. TNR Fuels is the hottest fuel on the market, owned and operated by Chris Nelson and his family, made by racers for racers. TNR Fuel is available throughout the USA, and I believe he's shipping now internationally. For more information to support the company or purchase some fuel, visit www.tnrfuels.com or contact Chris Nelson directly at chris@tnrfuels.com or find them on House of RC or Facebook. Hey, JQ. What's up? So, we kind of roasted the RCGP, the other last podcast. So we have to talk about, like, there actually was a good race there, and it was fun, besides all the bad things that we didn't like. So that's what we're going to talk about today.
Okay.
So let's start off a little bit, because you actually had to fly to Los Angeles, then fly her to South Carolina. Why was that?
I left all my stuff there from the previous trip.
Oh, okay. So you had to go and basically just like, what did you leave there?
All my RC stuff.
So you didn't take nothing back to Finland at all?
No.
Oh, wow. Okay, well, I guess it didn't make sense because you wasn't going anywhere, right?
Yeah, there's no driving here, so.
Right. Okay.
I figured just leave it there.
Yeah, I went weird. I flew up to Miami because it was like cheaper tickets. And then what was funny, so I had this plan to like rent a car and then drive up to Daytona and meet my buddy Jake. And then when I got to rent my car, I was like on a do not rent list from back in 2019. Dude, good. I had to figure that out so fast. I had to pay $295 right there to be able to rent a car. So it's from some charge, and I disputed it, and I thought I got it back. But I guess they just said, no, we're going to get your money from you. Like, either way. Dude, it was the most frustrating thing ever. You like got this plan, like we're going to rent a car. We're going to get on the road. I'll be there by 11, 12. You know what I mean? Go get lunch. No. Threw a monkey wrench in my spokes. I couldn't do anything. Didn't get out of there until about 10:30, 11. Wow. Traveling to this race was the most stressful I've had ever in a long time. Even through all our travels through South America, this was the most stressful travel I've had to a race. All right, JQ. So what happened when you got there? You got there before me. So you guys had like an Airbnb. I was staying because I was working with RCGP, so I was staying at Comfort Suites, which was actually probably one of the better hotels I've stayed in any of my travels. It had a nice breakfast. And, we fully used that in the morning. We was grateful to have that in the morning. How about you? Where was your Airbnb?
It was like 20 minutes from the track. It was good. Yeah.
So
we all stayed there, 6-7 people. Me, Degani, Barry family, Ronnefalk family.
So was it bigger than the one that we stayed in California?
No, smaller, but we all had our own bedrooms. So
how many bathrooms?
3 was it?
Okay.
Yeah.
Not bad.
It was good. Definitely these days, I think especially for these longer races, longer stays, because we were there a few days early. Airbnb is really good.
Yeah.
I have to say.
Yeah, we might have to look in that when we go to the Worlds in September. I think that's the easiest way.
Yeah.
So I must say, I've been to SMB before. I actually raced there. My last time I raced there was in 2018. In fact, that's the last time I ever drove an RC 8-scale car. So I'm familiar with this track, but I wasn't familiar with the surrounding area. It's so much stuff around close by, like not too far away from the track. Like even at our hotel, which was about 20 minutes from the track, there were things around, we was able to get off at, because we were done pretty early. What was it, like 7 at the latest we was done? And we got to go out and have dinner. And I mean, even that one evening, the first evening, we went out and played Top Golf. That was pretty cool. Wow. I watched Top Golf, watched Justin and Ronnefalk compete against each other. Ronnefalk took $40 from Greg too.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, and Greg was like, double or nothing. Hey, Ronnefalk's serious about golf though. He is like dead serious about golf. Like it's like pure golf life for him if it isn't RC stuff. But that was a fun evening. Thanks to David for setting that up. He got all the RCGP people together. We had dinner that night, and I enjoyed it. I've never been to something so big like that, Top Golf. Like it's humongous. It's amazing. But just
Yeah, my first time too, but I didn't hit a golf ball though.
well, that's probably a good thing. I can't. I tried. Maybe one-handed. I can do it. But I was afraid if I do it one-handed and then like, what if I lose grip of the club and it like goes flying out there? I'd be so embarrassed. And then you would never let me forget that.
Yep.
So
but hey, since you're talking about Top Golf and everything,
I just want to talk about the. Let's talk
I,
about the race. So we got to the race.
Okay.
We got there when I got there on Thursday. It was muddy. Mud. They were dragging the track. The SMB Nick and that other young kid were just driving the 4-wheeler on the track, dragging it. And everybody's like, "It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good." And I'm like, "Yeah, I have no doubt. You know, as long as it doesn't rain." It wasn't really sunny, but the wind was up, so it kind of helped it out. And those guys done a damn good job getting that track in order. And then I have to admit, I really like the sugar, man. I thought the sugar was all right. What did you think of it?
Yeah, because it wasn't too much, so it just helped to keep the track together, I guess. So what happened was, it started off a bit damp, and they sugared it at some point. I can't remember now when. And then I think after the first day. And anyway, so the next day, cars were driving on the track and it just grooved up nicely.
I know.
It didn't get too dusty. It was just perfect. You could just leave the track. No water, no maintenance, no nothing. I can't even remember if they blew off the track. It was just perfect.
They might have blown it off once, but it was so windy, it was getting blown off the next couple of days.
Yeah, Saturday it was windy. But yeah, it was perfect. Just grooved up to sort of medium grip level and stayed pretty consistent. I liked it.
Yeah, they actually they sugared it after the media day. That evening they sugared it, or that morning they sugared it.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people were like, "Oh, what we're gonna do?" And this is my first time experiencing a sugar track, and I actually like it.
This wasn't really what you normally think when you think sugar track. They didn't put much down. It was similar to how we use kind of salt in Scandinavia, for example.
Well, it was great.
Just sort of keep the dust down and tie the track together a bit.
Well, it worked. It worked beautifully because no part of this track came apart at all.
Yeah, it was really good.
And they didn't even use much sugar. I think they used 200 pounds. That's not a lot, I don't think. So kudos to those guys for getting the track in order. And the other good thing is apparently someone busted the main water line on there. Anyway, so I don't think we could have got water up there anywho. And I think that was actually maybe an issue for some of the campers there who was trying to get water and whatnot. So, but yeah, I liked it. You weren't, so let's be honest. Did you like the layout after driving on it? Because I thought it was good. I thought it was hard for a lot of people. A lot of people said it was very hard.
Yeah, we already covered this in the previous podcast.
So I liked it.
Fine. We just wanted to do something new to RC, something different. Okay, and this was just a normal RC track. That was the point. There wasn't anything wrong with the layout. It's just that we wanted to do something different, and this wasn't different. Covered this already.
All right. So when did you find out that Alex wasn't coming?
Basically, the day before.
Really?
Yeah, because so Alex was going to be Ronne Falk's teammate, but he was stopped in Paris, couldn't board the flight because he isn't fully vaccinated, and he's not fully vaccinated because he got COVID. So he has one vaccine.
Oh.
Then he got COVID, and you can't get the second one for a certain amount of time after you've had COVID.
Okay.
But then he got COVID again, so he's had it twice in that period waiting for his second vaccine.
Right.
So I guess the rules must have changed or something, because he went to DNC. So then a few weeks later, no change in his status.
Right.
And then he can't go. So that sucks. So he was stuck in Paris and then flew back home. And then I ended up racing because of that.
Yeah.
But actually it was like, yeah, it was decent. Like I actually had a decent race, I thought. Which was a bit surprising because I had like zero prep. I was mentally like fully actually looking forward to not racing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so
yeah.
Oh well.
Because you was, and then combined with Ongaro not coming, which was it's kind of, you know, I was really a little bit upset that and then without Alex and Ungaro, it kind of just took away from a lot of the European flair that would have been at the race, unfortunately.
I think that if Ungaro really wanted to go, he could have gone.
Yeah, I think so too. That's how I think so too.
What I heard is that his parents had COVID. He didn't.
Right.
So he did
he
that
could have
race
went
in
with that
Italy.
mechanic guy that was at DNC.
So I just think that if he really wanted to, he could have gone.
I think he would have done well at this track.
It's a shame he didn't go.
He would have done well at this track. The grip would have been good for him. Yeah.
Of course.
But Ronnefalk was there. Lee was there. A lot of people came down to see Ronnefalk, which was good. I saw a lot of people come up to you as well. And some people bought books, got some signatures. So that was good to see. Agama had the prototype car on display, which was good too. I know a lot of people wanted to see that. And yeah, it was good. I mean, everybody rode in on Thursday. Then Friday was kind of practice day. That kind of got off to a little bit of a shambles in the morning with registration. And then I noticed what was a lot of people with the Spec tire was already doubting the tire so hard before even getting on there. And of course, like when it's a green track like how it was, it's super slippery, so that tire wasn't good at all. Oh man, it caught so many people off guard. It was like people were like, oh, I don't like this tire and this and that. And I was just like, hey, everybody's on this tire. I kind of explained it like this. The tire maybe wasn't the best tire for the track, but it was the best tire for the race. Does that make sense?
Because it's a controlled tire. The whole point is that it stays relatively consistent throughout its whole lifespan, and it lasts as long as possible while still offering enough grip. And looking at the cars go round, actually, they seem to be okay. Like, apart from the very first run in the morning when the track was damp, then they looked loose. But we had a shakedown, for example, on the Saturday, so it didn't really matter. Friday was just practice. So for racing, yeah, I think they were good.
Yeah,
Everyone
because
was able to drive around consistently, and yeah.
Well, I think they were best because also tire attrition was a thing. Once the grip came up, tires were going on, and people forgot that you was only allowed one per day. So like when people would come over to like TZO tent, and I was just sitting over there taking a break or just trying to do some work, they would say, "Oh, this is the tire. This is the best tire for this track," and it was that it probably was the best tire for the track, but it was not. It would also be the tire that I think would burn up fast and be gone, and it wouldn't make it through the day. So you need 2 or 3 sets a day. And the point is to keep this cheaper, and keep everybody on a level playing field. So my first impression was there were people that got that, and then there were people that were I thought that were very used to just throwing on the best tire. You know what I mean? And having that disposable arsenal of tires to throw at races like that. So this was the first loop that I think people got thrown for who were used to doing that. And the people that were used to probably not having the best tire liked it because they were even for once.
Yeah. The thing about the control tire is when it's a race that you travel to, it's just so much easier because you don't need prior knowledge of the track. You don't need to pack a lot of tires. You don't need to plan on buying a lot of different tires at the race. It's easy. Less luggage, don't need an extra bag if you're flying. Saves money for sure, because if you are serious about your racing and you want to do as well as possible, you need to have the right tire. And when you fly to a race, you don't know what the right tire will be. So it's really a big help for these kind of events.
Yeah, and it just makes everybody equal. And I think that was we got some footage here. This is some footage from that I pay for $14.99 a month from House of RC media package. So this is the RC2 main. LCQ, sorry, which was exciting. Young Cole Chura was the young kid that bumped up out of this actually, and he made the trip down from Canada, and he's young. He was one of the young guys in the RC2 class. So anyway, everybody rode in. People were excited. People got, a little bit of mistakes through practice and whatnot. Obviously, coming through with the tires, everybody getting used to that. But eventually people got into a rhythm. You know, I think it was very fast paced for some, and that hurt people a little bit. I told you about that in the thing. But once people got it, they kind of got into order and they figured it out. And the day went by pretty smooth Friday after that, I think. And yeah, so after the practice and you guys what was it? The rush race. Let's talk about that, Joseph. So what was your impressions? This was kind of your brainchild for the rush race. Where did you get this idea from?
The thing is that our races in RC, it's great for us who are into it, but it's hard to understand for anyone who isn't really. They last all day. Most of the time when cars are going around the track, if you just watch, you don't really know what's going on. It's just in the mains where you might know, like, okay, these guys are fighting for the win, right? So the idea of the rush is to have a format that can be completed in about 30 minutes. And it goes from driver intros, explanation of the format, to a qualifying race, and then bracket racing, just 4 cars on the track at the same time for 3 laps. So the idea is that the races are short. You know who's leading. You know who's trying to win. The winner bumps up in those bracket races to the next group, and then the last group is the fastest guys, and whoever wins, that is the winner. And then there's a podium ceremony, interviews, and champagne. So it's a 30-minute complete race package.
Right.
And the good thing about that is that you can produce it into a sort of race event video that you can post on YouTube or wherever, and it's just a 30-minute thing, and you get all the information you need in one go. Or you can invite people like school children or university students or a sports team or whoever, just the general public. You can invite people to come and watch, and you tell them, be there on Friday at 5 p.m. or if it's on another day at another time, you tell them that time, and they show up. They walk through the pits, look at the cars, talk to drivers, and then they watch the 30-minute spectacle on track. So they get the full experience without having to spend all day at the track. So that's really the idea of the RCGP rush.
Yeah, it was different. We kind of practiced it on the Thursday so everybody could get it straight, and then it kind of was messed up even still a little bit, unfortunately. But I think it kind of was a little taste for people to get out there. I know it's different for people. I know we're all used to seeing people out there, like more cars and whatnot. So I think for people, and definitely for people that were there, probably didn't hear the announcing, it wasn't as exciting. But it was, I think, from what it was, from most people that watched it, I think it was well received.
Yeah, there needs to be music and everything, and it needs to be sort of
a
lot better than what it was in the first one. But when it works, and also when we have all the top drivers there, it will be a lot better. The racing will be closer, more exciting, announcing music, the full show. It's going to be good.
I have to say, I was not a big fan of the bodies, Joseph. I was not a big fan of the bodies. As a commentator down below, it was very difficult.
I wasn't really happy that RCGP accepted some of the bodies they did, because the whole point was that you can go like the green car, the red car, the blue car,
Right. Like,
now it's like Associated and BHRC was identical.
Exactly.
They weren't identical when you looked at them stationary in the pits,
right.
But on track, they were practically identical, for example.
Yeah, it was super hard to distinguish at first.
Yeah, they should be very distinctively different, red, blue, yellow, green, black. Do you see what I mean? Like, even if they have 2 colors, there's a clear primary color, like JQSM green, Mayako white, so you can easily tell what team is.
I also think they need to have numbers on the wings, because it was very difficult to see the numbers on the side. Cole and Aiden had their numbers on the wing, and it made a difference. And then actually Cole had like a little neon strip on the back of his wing, and that's how I knew it was his as well.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Just I get why. I know a lot of people asked for this from last year. I don't know if I really like it that much because I'm just so used to seeing the other paint schemes. But if we're gonna do this, we might as well go to the other paint schemes, like regular paint schemes, and watch them. So that was my thoughts on that. All right. So Rush. Joe Bornhorst wins it. I think for me, Joe Bornhorst was probably the biggest surprise of the weekend. Not because of his driving, but I think he actually enjoyed himself and kind of got into the whole you can be a character, kind of be yourself type of vibe. He had some good one-liners. He had some jokes against you and whatnot. Was you surprised by Joe Bornhorst? Did you think that he was gonna get into it like he did? Because I do think he did.
I didn't know that we are okay now, so that's good.
Well, I mean that wasn't my question, but
yeah,
I mean,
well, that was my only surprise.
All right, but I mean, he was into it, and I have to say, Aiden Horn was a blessing as well to RCGP this year, this last race, because he was very witty, very funny on the mic, a pleasure to interview, and I wish more racers would kind of be themselves and be funny like him. They don't have to be funny, but be at least somewhat witty. What did you think of Aiden Horn? You got to listen to him? I mean, the production crew really liked him.
Yeah, I only saw him in that whatever it was called, Inside Track Live.
Yeah, you liked him because he got the sketch.
Yeah, I don't understand what's so difficult about a schedule. We already watched this.
No, this is the start of the RC2 final.
Okay, we saw the LCQ.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if there's a schedule, you can literally go and look at the times when you're up. So I fail to understand how a schedule can be more confusing than not having a schedule. Somehow going to a race and not having a schedule, having no idea when you're going to run, is easier than actually knowing the time you'll be up. That makes zero sense to me. But hey.
Well, I think, I said, with the schedule, some figured it out and some didn't. It's just like anything from the weekend. Those who got it and figured it out enjoyed it.
For RCGP, the task is basically to just share more information. So go through the schedule,
Yeah, like a video.
Post it everywhere, make a short video about it, explain stuff, because there's nothing really wrong with it as such. Mm-hmm. It's just that we need to make sure that everyone knows it exists and it's being used and how it works, Like people aren't curious enough to take the time to sit down and study it, So,
oh, I agree 100%. Even with overlaps and all that stuff.
I do think that it's only an American problem, though. Like European races tend to have schedules and people are used to it, so.
Yeah, well, a lot of people aren't used to schedules, and they're used to just calculating from live RC as well. So I understand that. All right, so let's talk about Saturday. We had qualifying for RC2 was best 4 laps, non-consecutive. I had mixed reports from people. Some liked it, some wanted traditional qualifying, some wanted consecutive.
So the thinking behind the qualifying is that one thing that can cause stress at a race is when another car ruins your run, someone crashes in front of you, takes you out, whatever it may be, slows you down. That's really frustrating. Or maybe you make a mistake on your own and the marshal is slow, and that's really frustrating. So there's many reasons to really get mad at a race, right? During qualifying. Every second counts. So keeping that in mind, if you don't count the whole run, if it's only 4 laps out of 8 or 10 or however many you do, then it doesn't matter if you make one mistake, or it doesn't matter if someone takes you out or slows you down, or a marshal steps in front of your car. Like, you can still get 4 good laps. That's your best laps, and that's it. So in that sense, you eliminate some of those stress factors and you eliminate some of the sort of quote unquote bad luck that people always talk about. So that's one thing. And then the other is that in pretty much all forms of motorsport, qualifying is about speed, outright speed, not really consistency, just speed. And that's what this moves towards. So it's not about being super consistent over a 5-minute or 6-minute run, no mistakes, consistent laps. It's about 4 fast laps. So those two reasons were why we did this for qualifying.
Yeah, but I think some people just, I guess some liked it, some enjoyed it, some still got messed up from people being wild. You know what I mean? Just trying to get that hero lap in. But I mean, you get that in
more messed up if the whole time was counted. So I don't buy that at all.
And then they had the one race at the end. Couldn't there be a mix of qualifying at some point? Couldn't there be a round of like regular qualifying?
It just gets too complicated. So
okay.
Simple thing is the first qualifying rounds are these best 4 lap average ones, and then you seed it into qualifying races. The fastest group has a qualifying race off a gate start. Whoever wins that is overall TQ. If you break in that one and there's 12 cars in it, you qualify 12th overall. So that's just how it is now, and I think it will remain this way for the foreseeable future. So there's really 2 different stages of qualifying. Like qualifying into a qualifying race, and then the qualifying heads-up race itself. That then determines the final starting order. So,
okay. So, and then we go into the 2 15-minute mains on Saturday. Starting grid style. Well, I mean, not starting grid. Starting gate. Big deterrent. Yeah. What was the general consensus with the starting gate? I mean, Ronafalk will probably not like it this week. He was getting some horrible starts.
So just now we were talking about the RC2 class. Now you jumped to RCGP class.
So, no, he wasn't. Okay, well, do you want to finish on RC2? Okay. Because we finished off qualifying. Because I wanted to go over Saturday on their mains. I believe it was I forget who was overall TQ going from RC2. But the people that were impressive were Joey Bardon, Cole Caston, Cade Burnett was super impressive. He actually won the junior final, which was really good. Did you watch any of that?
Very little of that.
Dude, it was between him and then Joey Bardon and Jermaine, I believe. And those young men put on a great show. Then it was the older dudes. I think the Gandhi kind of walked away with that. And that was like I think he put a lap on the field. But the junior final was probably the most exciting final, one of the most exciting finals of that day. And then we had 2 exciting finals in the RCGP.
Yeah, but Degani actually complained about the qualifying system because he said that when it's the whole time and every lap counts, he'll do better because you have to be consistent, right? And these kids are just fast over a few laps, so they can get 4 fast laps. So he qualified a lot worse than he finished in the main. He said he would do that, and that's what happened too. Yeah,
but I mean, he and even in the main, he was just like 5th or 6th in his RC2 main. He was just like, these kids are so fast,
Yeah.
So, so for the junior main, it ended up being, hold on, let me bring up the final. It was Cade Burnett, who came first, young, fast racer from Georgia. Joey Bardon, techno driver, who was like my favorite to win this race. Jermaine Robinson, who won junior final in Thunder Alley. David Olsen, and then he was another South Carolina young driver, techno driver, and Logan Carwick, HB driver, coming in there. He done well too. And then I got to shout out Cole Chura because I think he's the youngest guy in this group right here. He made the trip down from Vancouver with his dad. So congratulations to those young guys for putting on such a great race. It was super impressive. Like those kids didn't want to lose. So shout out to them. And then, of course, to the older gentlemen, let's go to them. Let's see where they finished. 40-plus main. It was Greg Degani, and then it was Don Elliott. I thought Don was going to catch up to Greg and give him a challenge at some point. Don's actually really fast in that area. He races a lot. Like, I think he races every weekend. And then Ever Lobos in third. DJ Hepler, good friend of mine, in fourth. And then Abayu Barku, who came down. He was one of the guys that came down from Canada. We had about 10, 11 Canadians there as well, Joseph. So that was good to see. So he finished fifth, and he also made the RC2 main as well, I believe. So he got a lot of run time. So this is the first race of Saturday for the RCGP run right here that we're seeing. We just saw the start. Joe Bornhorst got out to a lead, and dude, Joe Bornhorst killed it in these two short mains. Really, like, he was kind of untouchable at some point.
Yeah. Like I said, I think on the last podcast, I think the more gate starts we have, the better people will get at doing them.
Mm-hmm.
Because it just takes some patience. You know, you have to react to what's going on around you.
Yeah.
So
I liked that it went into a straightaway, and then, like, everybody had to slow down. Like, most of the starts were clean. You know what I mean? It's just when they got to that 90 where people would make all the mistakes. And then those moguls were so difficult for everybody. So with adrenaline going and all of that, it's going to make it even more difficult. But I think once people got them done, it was good. It was good. I enjoyed them. I think you guys look good doing them out there. I liked them. Why was the decision not to have a gate starts on the 60-minute main on Sunday? Why did we go to regular staggered start? Hello?
You were cutting out for which race?
For the 60-minute main. Why did we not use
Well, because it's such a long race, and the drivers last time they said that they would prefer that for the long race you start where you qualify. Okay. So then that will make for a better long race when all the top guys are right there at the front.
All right. Sorry. So this is going to be the start of main 2 here coming up. So what did you think of this, Joseph? I think they're still the most easiest ones to watch, most action-packed ones.
Yes. I like them. So I think that for the win, there wasn't really a battle in these. David had 2 bad starts, and in the first race, he got taken out where his car broke. It didn't break immediately, but he did a few more minutes, but then had to retire. And then the second one, there was some good racing, I think, because he made it up there. I think he wasn't he leading, and then he made a mistake. I
actually think he did make.
So that second race was actually a good one. But I would say that once more higher quality drivers join the series, so Ongaro in Italy, Sanketin in Italy. I think S-Works will have Canas and Boots. I think that Rush and also these qualifying races and these races on Saturday, I think they will be really exciting, really good.
Okay.
Because there'll be so many drivers that are evenly matched. So, yeah.
Yeah, but let's talk about who was surprising too. Brandon Rose showed some good speed this past weekend too. He done good. Bornhorst, obviously. There were some glimpses of some of these guys getting up there. And it was funny. It was like the AE guys were so not really there on Saturday. They had to go and find
Tollard
something.
Was.
Yeah,
Tollard
but not as much as. Yeah.
Didn't he?
Did he get second?
He finished second or third. Yeah.
Both days. Yeah.
So
but he was definitely more comfortable on Sunday, I think.
Oh yeah, but he was on the podium on Saturday too. So Tollard was really good, and Rose was really good throughout the whole weekend. And actually, in the 60-minute main on Sunday, Lee Martin was in second place when he had a runaway.
Yeah.
So, yeah, those drivers, I would say, did better than I expected, I would say. And Vale also in the 60-minute main third place. That was impressive. So they sort of exceeded my expectations, I would say. The others were about what I thought.
Well, you did say that Cody almost put you into retirement.
Yes. Yeah, he did, but then I can't remember what happened.
He got some bad starts too.
Yeah, but in the main he was 60-minute main. He was beating me. Yeah, he was far ahead. He pulled away. I think he actually ran out of tires. I think.
Yeah, that's what happened. He had no tires. Yeah. Mitch was like his goal
there
was to
no
beat you.
Hard enough compound available. I think so. That's really the only reason that I beat him. He would have beat me otherwise.
Yeah. All right. Well, this is the start of this main. Heckert, this is second main from Saturday. Looks like Heckert is out to the lead her and Tallard right behind him. Tallard needed a good result. He's not been having a good 8 scale year so far. So this was good for him. And then Joe Bornhorst would leave out of her with your red plates. And Tallard second. And I don't know who was third. Maybe I should have the results up here. And then I would know.
Yeah, maybe you should.
Let's pull them up. House of RC. Dun, 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 dun. And the wind on Saturday was really bad. Dude. Yeah, like Friday
I'm so over cold or windy races. I just want to go somewhere where it's comfortable, and I'll never complain if it's too warm. Never ever.
Dude, I don't think people could understand how you had to be there. It was really, really bad. It
was very bad.
Yeah, it was not fun. And like where I was sitting, like not even sitting, where I was standing, like through that little where the booth was, the wind was just ripping through there, ripping. Yeah. And it just was not fun at all. But we got it done. And and it was hard. Was it? You said the wind didn't affect the rain too much, the cars too much, but it definitely looked like it.
And no, surprisingly little actually.
Really?
There were like a few gusts sometimes, especially that Dragonback double. Like sometimes it would grab your car, but like in this section, I never had an issue. I never even considered the wind there, which was interesting.
So going after round one, Joe Bornhorst was in your lead with 26 points. Cole Tallard 17. Third was Brandon Rose 14. Spencer Heckert 12. Aiden Horn 12. So they were tied. Runafug he had 9 plus a TQ. And actually, you and Runafug were tied going into points and going into Sunday. See, that's what I think people forget too, that this is actually a series and we have points, and the points is supposed to carry on to another race and all that type of stuff.
That's why it's also a shame that S-Works don't really consider that aspect of the series, because they don't send the same drivers to all the races. And also now, because of the COVID thing, Ongaro isn't going to all the races. So that's a real shame, because I think it would be important that the top guys go to every single round. That's what will make this really exciting. The first year we did this, Ongaro was just too good, winning all the races, basically. So then there was no fight for the championship, right? And now there's a risk that could happen because so few drivers are going to do all the races.
I know, and I think people forget that at the end of the day, that this is what this is about too.
Yeah, but it's going to take some time, because we are basically trying to change an industry which has been the same for so long. There hasn't really been any series. Even, for example, EOS and ETS in this series, somehow the emphasis on the championship itself is lacking. Like we know who wins individual races, and there's focus on individual races, but not on the championship points and the points lead and winning the series. Do you see what I mean? Like who has been winning the EOS series? Like who won it? Like I don't even know. Like I can remember some races and who won, but not the championships. It's kind of weird how that isn't a thing in RC, only on a national level.
On a regional level, it is.
Yeah,
big.
on even a national level, like UK has multiple nationals, France, same thing, Finland, like most European countries, I would say, have a national series, right? And they care about the series and they care about the points and all of that. But then when it comes to international races, it's like no one cares about series.
Yeah.
To me, that's just weird.
It is very weird. I get what you mean. I get what you mean.
Like, to have a good, exciting series is what makes the racing better and more exciting, because there's more on the line. So everyone watching knows what's on the line. The drivers know what's on the line. It's like Reedy race, okay? You know how good Reedy race gets towards the end when there are 3 drivers. You know who needs to do what. It's really exciting, those last few races. Full of drama, right? It's that same idea, but instead it's over a whole season. And then towards the end of the season, you get that drama. So I just don't understand why people don't care more, like companies and races themselves, why they don't care more about series. That's what we need in RC.
I would have to agree with you on that one. We don't.
Yeah.
It seemed to shun them. There's been many tries. Like, I mean, RC Pro Series was probably the most successful one I saw back when Carlton Apps had it.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not even only talking about RCGP. I'm talking about other stuff too. Like, you know, this Masters of Europe thing that never really happened. But that sort of thing, like, we have these big races in Europe. Okay, let's all decide to go to these 5 big races in Europe and make it into a series and make it a big deal. Okay, we have these 5 big races in America. Let's send all our top drivers to these 5 races, American drivers, and make it into a series, you know? That would make sense to me. Kind of what you've been doing with the NNRC Cup. Like, just need to push that more, I think.
Well, I mean, Race Time could have a series. You know what I mean? They have enough races.
Yeah, well, it also doesn't work if everyone has their own series. Like, we know what the races are that people go to. So just figure out a way to
right.
To make
and most
that
of the
something.
pro guys go to those races, so you could do it.
Okay.
All right, let's move on. So Sunday comes up. It's a better day. It's not windy. Thank goodness. It's still a little bit cold, but just not windy.
Show us some Super Bowl action.
Super Bowl. Okay, let me come and find it. Let's talk about that, because a lot of people didn't agree with that. Even myself, I understand how Super Bowl works.
Yeah. So let's go over that. So RCGP, this is another thing that people still don't seem to get. So there's actually 3 separate events. 3 days, 3 separate things. Friday, there's that RCGP Rush, a 30-minute show. And it pays points to the top 3. First place get 3 points, second place 2, third place 1. That's like a separate thing, has nothing to do with Saturday or Sunday. Then Saturday, there's a complete race. There's seeding, qualifying races, and then there's 2 15-minute mains. Both 15-minute mains count. Then there's an overall, and that's done. Then Sunday's a completely separate race again. And Sunday, again, seeding, qualifying race. But then Sunday, you have a Super Bowl and then a 60-minute main. So while you look for the Super Bowl, I'll just explain the reasoning behind adding this. So once again, it has to do with the fact that qualifying should be about outright speed. So who can do the fastest lap? That's the idea. And to add some context, Bornhorst dominated the qualifying races, basically. So going into the Super Bowl, Bornhorst was first. Ronnefalk had some issues. He had a really bad first race, I think, and then a better second and a great third. I think did he win the last one? I can't remember. Anyway, after that 3 qualifying races, it was Bornhorst, Rose, Ronnefalk, top 3. So those 3 guys got into the Super Bowl. Now, Bornhorst was mad because he dominated the day, and then Ronnefalk ended up having the fastest lap. So Ronnefalk was overall TQ. And he felt like it's not fair. And I understand that, but it's because we are stuck thinking in the sort of old way or normal standard format way. How I would see it is that there are different qualifying segments. So what do they call it in F1? Q1, Q2, Q3.
Yeah, segments, different qualifying segments.
So the way to think about it is that Bornhorst went last, so you need to go back.
I'm going to find it back.
Yeah. So the way to think about it is that you start with seeding, okay? That seeds you the starting order for the first qualifying race. Then you have 3 qualifying races, and that the sole point of those qualifying races really is to make the top 3. You want to be in the top 3 after the qualifying races are done. That's the point. And if you make the top 3, then you're in the Super Pole, and then you go for it for the fastest possible lap you can do. And that will be then TQ who gets the fastest lap. Now, 4th place to the last guy, they don't make the Super Pole, so their results are based off of the qualifying races. So I think it's just a sort of
I think
when you understand this and you know this, then your approach will be, okay, in the qualifying races, I just need to be top 3 so I can make the Super Pole. You understand? Bornhorst was going into it expecting like, okay, I'm TQing. No, you're not. You're just making the top 3. So I think if you understand the format, you accept
it's a different way of thinking,
and you approach it in that way, then it makes perfect sense. Like the qualifying races, you just need to make the top 3, so you make Super Pole. And Super Pole is the show where we go for the best lap. That's how it is.
Yeah, here it is. I mean, watching it and listening to Nick, it was exciting.
Yeah, and I don't know, when it's done correctly, then it's going to go by really fast. So I'm not 100% sure about the 3 drivers. Maybe it's increased to 4 or 5, but 3 is pretty good, to be honest. It's just fun to watch the best drivers in the world try to get the best possible lap.
Right. I mean, people love hot laps so much. You know what I mean?
So if you imagine this with, announcing and a bit more show around it, it's going to be spectacular.
Yeah. So let's talk about Sunday. So Sunday we had a lot of racing. I know some guys that bumped up. I know one guy that got unfortunately DQ'd, and he probably shouldn't have, but that was just a mix-up on tech, I think, at the end of the day. And he was the man. He bumped twice. He would have been a second bump, and he did pretty good. That was my boy, Zach. I heard the start of the main, which I never even saw because I was just too busy walking around talking. So, by the way, I think Runafault, can we say this? Whatever. I thought we was going to get a really good Runafault Bornhorst battle for this entire race, but I think Runafault kind of pulled away from him. But let's talk about, while this is going on, talk about...
I think that Bornhorst must have picked the wrong tires. Or early on in the week, he said he had some like secret sauce or something. I think the secret sauce was off. That's the only excuse or reason I can think of. Because like I said, Lee Martin got into second. So it was Ronne Falk, Martin, someone Bornhorst at some point in the race. So, yeah, I think maybe the tire choice, because I doubt he would make any other change to his car because the car was good. He was doing good. So I think maybe that was what happened. Because you definitely had to change tires because it was 60 minutes. Tire wear was moderate, I would say. So probably a lot of the drivers had to make a change for the main compared to all the other races we had done up to this point. So I know for a fact that Ronne Falk, for example, wanted to try some harder compounds earlier just to be ready for the main. But I'm not sure if he actually got to do that because he had such a bad first race and then he needed the results. And it was kind of crazy day. Yeah,
it was. But he won in the end. I know he wanted that win badly. It's funny, when I went up to him, I was like, phew, and he goes, I know, I was confident. I was like, He wasn't feeling too well.
No, he was sick also.
Yeah, he was sick, and so you kind of had to gut this one out. But hey, I would say, hey, he takes it. I would take that. Cole Tollard in second, another great result for him. But I think really the best result was Evanvale in third. He was the hometown favorite. It was so good to see, like, people were cheering for him on the sides. And then when he came in third, it's like he won. I even forgot that Ronafalk had won this, because I was more happy about Evanvale doing well, and then I remember Michael Kuntz coming up, and, I'm a big boy and he's a big boy, but he gripped me in one of them big bear hugs and lifted me up off the ground. The guys are so happy for him. Yeah. And I couldn't ask for a better, like, ending, like hometown boy finishing. I mean, if he'd have won, it would have been better, but a third place at his home track against some fast dudes in front of his home crowd was a great result. I think on that side, great weekend for the RCGP side. And we're going to talk about RC2 afterwards, because they were really good as well. I thought that, like I said, unfortunate without Ongaro being there, or even Zankatine, because I think Zankatine would have done really well on this type of track. It's lots of jumps. He could have done his wheel flicking thingy that he does all the time, like flickety, flickety, flick. And so it was just a little bit like that. I was really looking forward to seeing you in a mechanic role. How did that go for you? Like, I know working alongside Cody, I think he enjoyed it. A lot of people probably didn't catch on to that. Like, we had a lot of the RC2 guys that done well that were in this race. Camden won it in 2019. He represented Beach RC S-Works. Hampus won it in Europe, and then Cody finished fifth. So it was kind of good to see the RC2 young guns get up there and race with that as well. Do you think we're going to see you working closer with younger drivers in the future, Joseph?
Yeah, that's the idea. It's hard to really help enough at the RCGP if you're racing yourself because of the schedule. Because basically you run, then there's about 1 hour, and then you're up again. So there's really not that much you can do. Just sort of keep an eye on what they're doing and give some advice. But yeah, so eventually the idea is to focus a bit more on you young talents coming up. And the thing is that back when I was that age, all I really needed was someone to sort of guide me a bit and help me. And I know I could have done a lot better in those sort of early years when I did have my best results, actually, but it could have been a whole lot better. So for me, I'm just thinking that I can do that for someone. So someone who is young and up and coming and has the passion and the will and the work ethic, I can do that for them. But the thing is also that I'm not really going to do that unless I see that in them. So looking back, I know that if someone had been paying attention, they could have seen that in me, right?
Right. I get what you mean.
To work 2 jobs, go to America for 3 months, and just drive RC every day, travel to as many races as possible, like constantly just trying to improve, right? Staying after races, practicing the next day, like these kind of things. Like, I know that you could have seen that. So what I'm really waiting for is just for that right person to show up who has that, because it's rare. There's a lot of good young drivers, right? But there are very few good young drivers who have the determination and work ethic to make it,
Yeah, I agree.
And I'm not going to spend my time and money on someone who I don't see that from. That's something that I decided a few years ago.
Yeah, you've got to find your
race
Padawan.
myself, and yeah.
You got to find your Sith apprentice.
That's right.
So, speaking of young guns, RC2 did not disappoint. Coming into this is I really like this part of the separation between RCGP and RC2 because this gives these guys they get to shine. You know what I mean? And they did, and they performed really well. They had a lot of racing. I think how was it? Was it 5 and 5 from each semi went up, and then
I can't even remember anymore. I think it was 6 and 6.
Okay.
And
okay, so it was, and then it was 3
LCQ.
from the LCQ.
Yeah.
So I like that too. That actually 3 from the LCQ went up, and not just 1 this year. And man, they didn't disappoint. Cole Caston and Joey Bourdon kind of broke out to a good race in the beginning, and both of these young guys were clipped. Like they were touted to actually win this race because they're really good, and they were having a great hook. And I think Jermaine Robinson was there with them at one point. And then I think Bourdon kind of flamed out. I think he's just trying to stretch
he's
it.
leading right now.
Yeah. He might have been, I think he would have been leading when it happened, or he was like chasing on. I can't remember. But he flamed out, unfortunately. And that kind of gave it to Cole. Jermaine did try to come up and get to him, but I mean, Cole was just on fire. He had this line. He was going around this 180. We'll see it as you come on, before you come onto the main straight. He was whipping his car completely around there. These guys' tires were completely bald. They put on a great show, man. And this is in the real world, like up this here, Cole Caston would just like he would just completely drift his car around there as fast as possible. It was amazing to see. So I just had to give these guys a special shout out because, and the great thing about this, Joseph, is that the top 5 were all, the oldest one in the top 5 was 21. That was Austin Horn, who's Aiden Horn's older brother, who looks like Garth from Wayne's World, but he doesn't know what Wayne's World is.
Yeah.
So we call him Garth now. And he was the oldest guy in this race in the top 5. I think David Olsen, Joey Bourdon, like 15, 16, Jermaine Robinson around 15, 16, Cole Caston 20. Greg was in 6. He's probably Greg, he's the old guy. Then it was my buddy Logan Kowick, he's 18. Luis Guidino from Mexico came up. Donald Elliott, another older gentleman. Cole Churro, I think, was the youngest in this main. I think he was 15. They come from BC, and they did the Nationals, stayed on for the Nationals. They did DNC. And they came over, did RCGP. They did RCGP in 2019. So the RC2 class was awesome, man. They put on a great show. I was super happy. I think Greg came off there saying, wow, these kids are fast. That's the first thing he said. These kids are fast. And it's not often like Greg gets out there and gets lapped like that in a race. So man, it was super impressive. In a perfect world, if this was like 35 years from now and RCGP was like what we envisioned, and it was like the pro class and the amateur class, this would be these guys. Like this is the 250 class, I guess.
Yeah.
This is what this is. And these guys want to bump up and get to that 450 class, and they didn't disappoint. They put on a great show. And I have to say kudos to all the RC2 people that came out, but I have to really pump up the kids because we don't pump up the youth enough, man. It was awesome. I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. I called this whole race, by the way. So, by myself.
Was it fun?
That was a difficult thing.
By yourself?
Yeah. So, Nick left me by myself with this.
Okay.
It's a little bit difficult following the race, like, because we were on kind of low. So when you look out, you can't see the hill track. And then...
Yeah, that's a problem.
It was just a little bit difficult. I enjoyed it, though. I like being by myself, too. Actually, so it doesn't matter. I don't mind that. I like to talk. We all know that, so it doesn't matter. But man, it was a great race. Junior final was great. This man was great, and I think these guys put on a great show, and they did it, man. They came, they conquered the Spec tire, they conquered everything, and my hats off to them. They put on a damn good show. All these young racers. So thank you to them. Thank you.
Yeah, the funny thing is actually that if you actually really think about it, so the last podcast and all the drama and negatives and all that, even with all of that, it was still a good race with good coverage, right? So it's like, it's just
I know what you mean.
The series is trying to do something way above that and a lot different to that. So even this was still good. Like, people were saying they got too much track time almost, or some others that it was just awesome. It's the best race they've been to. Like, you hear all of those things anyway, even though me and you, we were like, oh man, it's kind of sucked in many ways. Then still people were there and they enjoyed themselves. They got a lot of track time, heads up racing, long mains. The days were done at a decent time, so you could go out for dinner with your friends and hang out. So they even after everything we've said, it was still a good race from that aspect. And it's only going to get better.
I agree.
So
I had fun. Even through the wind and the cold and all that stuff. I had fun, and it was good to see my Southeast family. And dude, it's amazing to see the amount of love that they show. They showed RCGP, but not only they showed the podcast and you as well. So that was cool, man. I enjoyed it. We met a lot of cool people, and I really enjoyed my time in the South. I really did. I can't wait to get back there. I think I want to go Fall Brawl now in December.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I think Fall Brawl in December. That's where I'll be going to hang out at Myrtle Beach. But yeah, JQ, good stuff. You made it home safely. I made it home safely. I was a little bit sick. You was a little bit tired. We're all over. We got PNB this weekend. Max and I already made our picks. I know you're probably not going to be on. You want to make a pick for PNB before we go on? And
I don't even know who's going. So
everybody.
It's this weekend now?
This weekend.
Up?
Yeah.
I have no idea. Everyone's going? I doubt.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure everybody's going.
Who won last time? Testman or Fend or something? Can't remember.
Testman. No, did he win? Yes. Yes, he did win.
I am gonna say Fend, Testman, Mayfield.
Okay. All right.
What were your picks?
I've Mason Fuller's gonna win it.
Yeah.
But we're gonna wait to see the track and all that stuff.
Yeah. He'll be good too.
Yeah.
I think Mason Fuller will be good, and Rivkin might be good. He's sometimes good at these for some reason. Tebow, I don't know. It does depend a bit on the layout, I think.
Yeah.
How he's gonna do it. So
yeah. That's gonna be good to see. All right, JQ. Well, that's enough. I have fun. Hopefully we see each other again. Maybe at the Italian one, maybe not, or maybe in Spain in September. We'll see.
Worlds.
Yeah.
RCGP first, then Worlds.
Maybe I earned my keep to get to the next one. We'll see. But I had fun. I had a lot of fun. So I like talking into the microphone. I'm not a play-by-play guy, but
do you have the RCGP points right now?
The RCGP points. Hold on, let me bring it up. Let's see. So series, I saw it the other day. Where did I see it? World Series. Yeah, we gotta get the website working up to date too.
I think it will be up to date.
I've had so many people complain about that, and they are absolutely right. So in total, it's Joe Bornhorst in first with 41.
Put it up. Share your screen.
Oh yeah, let's do that. Share screen. So it's Joe Bornhorst in first with 41 points. I really hope he goes to Italy. It would be great. David Runnefolk in second with 35. Cole Tollard in third with 34. Spencer Heckert, 24. Aiden Horn, 24. Evan Vale, 22. Brandon Rose, 21.
None of those guys are going to the next race, though. Or
Unfortunately.
4th to 7th, so I can move up.
Oh, Brandon's not going?
No.
All right.
They need to fix this too. It says race 1. It should be race 1 and race 2. We've done 2 races now.
Yeah,
so we should have 2 points.
Cool.
Yeah, but then next race is race 3 and 4.
Yeah. And get that website updated. People complain about it quite a lot.
Look at me.
You know, I'm on this part of the totem pole. Like, just got my nose up above the ground. You're higher up on the totem pole than me.
Has nothing to do with me.
You could just
obviously, because it's not done. Right?
Hey, you know what? Thank you for your time. You have a good one. And like, I don't know when we're gonna have you on her again. So
I don't know, in a month.
What's your plans, her, in the next couple of weeks? That's a good thing. Before
we be running touring car every day, working on my driving.
Where are you gonna do that?
It's snowing. We have an indoor track here.
Oh yeah, it's really snowing. Max showed me how bad.
Yeah, so I'll be doing touring car. I have a lot of work to do for the next 3 weeks, and then Euros warm up.
InvisibleSpeed. That's what we need to talk about real quick before you go. InvisibleSpeed. What's that competition?
Yeah, well, we can do that here, but probably no one's watching anymore. But I was thinking we would do a separate short video, but let's do it here right now. I'll show you what's going on. Here you go. InvisibleSpeed. So we have these 2 courses. One is in English, Scale Motorsports, full course, 1 year access. And then one is in Spanish. Can you say that? Read that.
El Ready Control Curso Completa. Acceso de un año por InvisibleSpeed.
Exactly. So it's the same course, but what's happening is Robert, our friend Robert Battle, is translating the course into Spanish. So as he gets videos done, the title will change into Spanish, and you can watch the same video, but same information, but in Spanish. So that's the project we're working on. And now for the month of April, we have a contest going on. So if you buy the English course or the Spanish course, or if you already own the English course from before, you are entered into this competition. Anyone who has a full course is in, basically.
Okay.
And the contest is pretty simple. So before the World's warm-up, 2 days before the World's warm-up, are days that we go to another local track there close to the Redovan. And Robert will be there, and David Ronnefalk will be there. I will be there. Maybe, hopefully, Adrian will be there also. And of course, we are preparing for the race, but we will also focus on the 2 winners of this contest. One guy from the Spanish course, one guy from the English course. And the winners will join us for the 2 days preparing for the race. And then we'll also help them throughout the warm-up. And if they choose to stay on the Monday after the warm-up to test, which probably all of the pros will do, then we'll help them on the Monday after also. So it's really an opportunity to win a sort of pro support for
2 days.
For the days before the warm-up and then the day after. Of course, you can always go to a race and you can ask some questions from someone, but they aren't really going to take the time, you know?
This is for people that are going level, to the World's warm-up, just to clarify.
Yeah, of course. Or maybe this is a reason to go. If you haven't planned on going, but if you really want to, if you win this contest, then it's maybe a reason to go, right? Because it's a great opportunity to get sort of get your own racing program tip top for the warm-up race. I'm sure that there's a lot you can learn during these days, and if something like this had been around when I was in my early 20s going to a world's warm-up, I would for sure have tried to win the contest. And to win the contest, what you have to do is you basically have to send us a message on the course app, and explain why you should win. So it's a basically resume to win situation. And then we'll pick one winner from the English course and one winner from the Spanish course. So that's it. Why should you get this special treatment? Why should you win this contest?
Sweet.
Yeah.
Sweet. Well, you know what?
So I think you could get the course and write to us. Maybe you win.
Nah, that's all right.
No.
I mean, I would rather somebody that's gonna use your knowledge, but it would be like theory and practical, right? So you.
Yeah, I mean,
the track
it has to be someone who is going to the world's warm-up to race.
Right. Let's get that clear. You're not going to pay for somebody to come do this. I can see people now saying, InvisibleSpeed's going to pay us to come out there. No, you got to be going to this race.
We'll spend time together, make sure everything's running right, help the best we can, basically. Time is valuable. Time is money. Time and focus. That's what you get.
Sweet. All right, Joseph. Well, you know what, dude? I think that's it. Thank you for your time. Remember, everybody, check it out. Follow I've been posting about it on my Instagram. Check it out there. Check out JQ's Instagram for more information about the contest. And win some quality time with JQ, Robert Batty, and the Viking, the world's warm up, and learn some cool stuff and hang out with them and drink beer.
Yeah, and the Spanish course also, it's available now.
Okay.
And
I think we're going to have Robert on the next NNRC Espanol.
Yeah, he's translating the first videos. And for the English course, we have a run-through this following week. So it starts on the 11th of April. So we'll have a week full of live videos and stuff. So if you are planning on getting the course, then now would be a good time, because you can join the live videos, ask questions and all that stuff. So
sweet. Awesome. Yep. Well, thanks for your time, dude. You have a good one, and we'll talk to you in a little bit.
Okay.
All right. Bye-bye.
Cool. Bye-bye.
All right, Maxie. So that's it for this week. We'll be back this Friday. You'll be answering some questions. I have a guest this week. I think it might be Ryan Lutz. We should make some P&B picks before we get going, because we do have P&B coming up this week. I'm excited to see it. I hope
this week.
No, this weekend.
1 week from now.
No, it's coming up this weekend.
No, it's not. It's 1 weekend from now, right? 13.
No, it's this weekend, dude.
It is?
Yes.
Wait, am I confused somehow?
You are not. You are. It was a week after RCGP. So we met RCGP. We had the week off.
Oh yeah.
Off, and it's this weekend.
Yeah, I'm 1 week.
So it's this week. They're
They're
building the track now. And when Bobby was telling me at the RCGP, like they're not doing any more wooden features whatsoever. No wooden ramps, no walls. So it's all dirt. And they are gonna make. He said it's gonna be like a 50-second lap track. And I look forward to seeing what they're gonna make and build.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Are we gonna make picks now before we go in there? Because I actually
should we? I think we are. We are doing a pre-show though.
We are. I don't think
we aren't. Okay. No. So then we do big picks.
Or we can do it on Friday.
Yeah, let's do Friday. I think that would be easier.
Then we can see.
I'm gonna pick. Yeah, I want to see the track first, because before track it's just a blind picks.
Yeah. So let's wait till we see the track, which should be. I guess they'll reveal it around Wednesday, hopefully.
Yeah.
We'll wait for the track.
I mean, Tessman ain't gonna win it this year.
Well, I have my pick, but I don't know if I want to pick him, and then if he doesn't do well, then obviously I'm jinxed him.
Oh, you said it already on Discord, so you jinxed it if you jinxed it. You said Mason Fuller, right? Mason
Fuller is gonna win PNB. And
I'm rooting for Fend. I want to see the prophecy be fully fulfilled, because now Fend has he has the Nats, he has AMS last year, he has all the 10 skill races. So now he just needs 2 wins in a row, and that's
yeah.
it. Fend is number 1. Mayfield's number 2 if Fend wins this race.
Well, I want Mason Fuller to win, and I think he can.
I mean, the thing is, like he can.
But he can.
Other thing is like Fend can too, and I think as long as
it's so good to have
smooth,
options. And Mayfield, let's not we're not like Mayfield doesn't chop liver. He can win too.
Yeah, it's hard to judge Mayfield at this race though, because he missed it last year.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna be. I think he's gonna have a point to prove.
Because the thing is, like PNB is the biggest track of race time events.
Yes.
So like AMS is a small track, so very 10 skill style. All that suits Fend. Big track, I don't know who it suits. Definitely Testament though. Testament likes big tracks generally, but I don't know who this suits best. And I just want to clear up, because there was some beef apparently online. I really liked the PNB track when I went, and Bobby's definitely doing a good job. I don't think I have suggested otherwise. So I'm looking forward to the track.
Yeah, I am looking forward to it. And then I heard that Live RC is gonna be doing full. They got like more than I know they're supposed to do it last year.
They did it last year,
but they got 2 cameras now. They got because PNB is so big, it's really big. So it's hard to I know it's hard. So, but I'm really looking forward to it. I'll be watching it. I'm trying to do some RC this weekend too. So it's gonna be a little bit like I'm gonna share it, but I'm gonna and then we're gonna talk about it on Monday. Who knows? We might do something this weekend. We'll see how it goes. Max, you're kind of busy, so I don't think so. But remember, everybody, I got this from my buddy.
It's not this weekend. It
is this weekend.
It isn't. It's on the 13th to 15th. It's
Max,
not.
It's this weekend. Because I remember it was 1 week after. It was like you went RCGP, then it was a weekend between. Then it was. It's definitely this weekend, dude. I'm telling you.
Okay, we'll check it afterwards, but I'm pretty sure.
I'm telling you, you're making me feel like it's not. Let me go right to their Facebook page and check it out because I just shared it.
In the meantime, I'll bring back RCs for everyone. I really like for us to start spreading this hashtag too, because RC should be for everyone. And if there's something I feel any hate towards, it's not letting people be part of RC and sort of shutting people out of RC, and that's something I can say I really hate. So I wish people let's start using the hashtag RC is for everyone.
Yeah, Max,
and let's start actually acting that way too, if we haven't already.
Yeah, it's this weekend, Max. It's from the 8th. I know you're trying to confuse me. So PNB this weekend.
What? I thought it was on Easter.
Yeah. We're starting this. I actually got this from my buddy Robbie Smith. Hashtag RC is for everybody, because we was looking at the lady that won the RC, the King of the Streets, and it's true because RC is for everybody. It can be for people like the Parrish brothers, Tyler, who passed away, and his brother Trevor, and Corbin Showers, who has muscular dystrophy. These guys, when they get a control in their hand, they can be as equal as anybody else out there. So RC doesn't have any type of restrictions. Like, you don't have to be you can be in a wheelchair, you can be male, female, whatever. It doesn't matter. You can still do RC, and it's for everybody, and we have to remember that.
Yeah, and I mean, if you need some motivation to this, there's a very old video of me and Joseph's cousin, Rasmus. It's RC anytime, anywhere. I think that's how you find it on YouTube. And it's just us having fun in the snow, driving a JQ RTR. And that's how RC should be. Yeah, RC cars for anytime, anywhere. It's on JQ Racing TV channel. And I remember filming it. It was cold as hell. It was a lot of snow, and we were just driving the RTRs in the snow. And Rasmus, Joseph's cousin, he was super pumped and really liked it. So yeah, RC is for everyone, and it should be for everyone, no
And we should
matter
be trying to get
what
everybody
the
into it.
difficulty. Yeah, and
Everybody
yeah,
into it. We're all
I don't
responsible
want to
for that.
see people excluding people out of this, because if people enjoy it, let them have their enjoyment.
All right. Well, I think that's about it, Max. That's about it that I have for today. We'll be back this Friday to answer questions. Thank you to all of the NNRC squad around the world. We guys can't do it without you guys. Thank you to all the patrons of the NNRC. We definitely can't do it without you guys. If you guys want to become a patron, there's a link in the written description of this podcast. Thank you to all the awesome companies that choose to support us. They are InvisibleSpeed, TZO Tires, High Tech RC, TNR Fuels, Beach RC, Techno RC, Lugs Racing Tires, Mayako, JQSM, G-Spec RC Tuning, Papa Willie's Traction Tonic, Racecraft USA, Clinic RC, JTP RC, RCGP, House of RC. Shout out to my boy RC Kevin. Shout out to the Viking, David Ronnefalk, and the Dr. Alex Heiberg. If you guys wish to support us, we have affiliate links. We have some coupon codes where you can save some money. There's some good discounts. Lugs has a good discount. Papa Willie's. We all have some. They have some discounts. Use that Beach RC affiliate link. It really helps us out. Max, anything to say before you go to slumber in the snow?
Nothing much. It was super fun to be back. I think I'm on my positive vibes again.
Yeah,
I don't think I have been very negative in the recent podcast after the New Year's, but judging from the recent drama, I think I perhaps have underestimated my negative.
Yeah, I think you've underestimated your negativity.
But yeah, I mean, I've had a lot of fun today, and yeah, I've had my sort of break from the podcast, so I don't need to be as banter as I was before, I think. So I think that's a good direction going into the summer, if the snow just fucking would melt.
Hey, are you going to the Worlds?
Yeah.
Any big races this year? Oh, okay.
Euros, Worlds.
Ooh.
Yeah.
All righty. I'm getting excited. All right. Yeah. Well, we're gonna let you go. Thank you for your time. See you on Friday, dude. Everybody, Nitro's the glory. E-Buggy pays the bills. And remember, #RC is for everybody. Lefty and Max out.